All right, today we're going to talk about one of the biggest hurdles for anyone with an idea. How do you actually know if it's any good? Let's get into it. We've all been there, right? That light bulb moment. You've got an idea that feels like a total game changer, but then the doubt creeps in. Is this actually a great idea, or does it just sound like a great idea inside my own head? How do you figure that out without, betting the entire farm on it?
Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover. We're going to walk through a really simple but super powerful framework to take you from that shaky what-if stage to the rock-solid confidence of what works.
So here's our game plan. It's 4 simple steps. First, we'll cover the what, which is your prototype. Then the how, your actual testing plan. After that, the proof, which is all about the metrics. And all of that leads us to the grand finale, the big question.
Okay, let's dive right into section 1, the what. Because it sounds obvious, but before you can test anything, you have to be crystal clear on what exactly you're putting to the test.
So what even is a prototype? Let's be clear. It's not the final polished product, not even close. Just think of it as a testable version of your idea. It could be a simple sketch, a clickable demo somebody can play with, or even a rough physical model. The goal here is not perfection. It's just about making your idea real enough for someone to react to.
Now, I know this part looks like boring admin work, but trust me, it is so important. Giving your prototype a name, a version number, and defining its type and platform, it forces you to get specific. Is this a video? Is it an app people can tap through? That clarity is the foundation of a good test.
Next up, you have to make it stupidly easy for people to use your prototype. A broken link or a confusing password can kill your test before it even gets started. You need a clear URL, any passwords they need, and simple instructions. You want people thinking about your idea, not struggling with how to open the darn thing. And finally, be honest. Be brutally honest about the scope. What key features are actually working? And just as important, what can it not do yet? This isn't about hiding the rough edges. It's about managing expectations so you get super focused, relevant feedback on the parts that matter right now.
Okay, so we've totally nailed down our what. Now it's time for section 2, the how. This is where we actually map out the test itself.
Really, your whole test plan comes down to 3 key decisions. Number 1, who are you testing this with? You have to define that target audience. Number 2, how many people do you need to talk to? And number 3, how are you going to collect what they have to say? This is your playbook for turning vague opinions into powerful insights.
And when it comes to getting that feedback, you've basically got 2 main tools in your toolbox. You've got surveys, which are awesome for getting lots of data, the numbers, the what, but then you have interviews, and that is where you find the gold. Interviews give you the stories, the context, the why behind all that data.
Which brings us to section 3, the proof. Okay, this is my favorite part. This is where we stop guessing and start knowing by turning feedback into cold, hard data.
And honestly, this is the most powerful shift in the whole process. Using good metrics is what lets you go from saying, yeah, I think users like it, to saying, I know they do, and here is the proof. You're swapping out assumptions for actual evidence. So first up is engagement rate. And listen, this isn't just about counting clicks, it's about meaningful interaction. If you made a photo app, are people just opening it and closing it, or are they actually using the filters and editing tools? This tells you if they're really digging into the core value you're offering.
Next, we've got task completion rate. This one is simple, it can be a little brutal, but it's absolutely essential. Can a user actually do the main thing your prototype is supposed to help them do? If they can't, boom, you've just found a critical problem you need to solve.
Now for the human side of things. User satisfaction. Look, a product can technically work, but be an absolute pain to use, right? This metric asks a simple question. How did the experience make them feel? Was it a joy? Was it frustrating? You've got to capture that emotional response.
And finally, we have the ultimate test, conversion intent. This one cuts through all the noise. After they've tried it, would they actually commit? Would they pull out their credit card? Would they actually use it in their real life? This metric connects your prototype directly to real-world value.
So, all of this brings us to our final section, the big question. After all the planning and all the measuring, it is finally the moment of truth. It's time to get our answer. And here it is. This is the one question this entire framework is designed to answer. Does the prototype clearly demonstrate the value proposition and usability of our solution? Okay, that sounds a little corporate, so let's break down what it really means.
And here's where it all just clicks into place. That usability part of the question, well, that's proven by your engagement and task completion rates. And the value proposition part, that is proven by user satisfaction and your conversion intent. See, your metrics directly answer the big question for you.
So that leaves us with this one last thought. When you follow this framework, you can finally get the answer. Is the thing you've built a genuine solution to a real problem, or is it still just a brilliant idea? Now you've got the tools to go find out for sure.